Thank you for joining me. We're going to start off nice and comfortable, coming onto our backs here. We're going to keep a bend in the knees, soles of the feet to the floor. Let's draw our seat close towards our heels and get nice and comfortable here. We're going to bring our right hand to our chest, left hand to our belly. And start to close our eyes and notice how the breath is here. We can start to take deeper inhales and exhales. Working with the breath, starting to gain some control and allowing the breath to serve the body here. We're going to come back to the body. We're going to feel the shoulders draw back and down, and hopefully our elbows are towards the floor here, the arms are relaxed by our side. And we're going to lift the toes, we're going to spread them here. We're going to feel ourselves anchoring down on the inner and outer arches of the feet here. You feel the base of the spine release into the earth. And with the next inhale, we feel our spine belong. As we take our next exhale, we feel ourselves release into the earth, softening through the body, beginning to feel relaxed. As we start to lengthen through the breath, we feel the chest draw up, we feel the ribs expand, and we notice the soft fall here as we exhale. We're going to swap the orientation of our hands here, so right hand to the belly, left hand to the chest. And once again, you reset with that breath, taking that big inhale in. And the full exhale here. Notice how the body's feeling. Can we relax and surrender a tiny bit more? And can we quiet the mind by tuning in to just our breath here? We're going to sweep the arms overhead. We're going to take a big inhale, stretching through the spine. And then softening through the elbows here. Keep the arms just overhead. And we're going to have the knees touching together. We're going to heel toe the feet just a bit wider. And you're going to feel a greater release of the base of the spine here into the earth. We're going to take small movements as we start to draw the knees to the right. And then inhale to center. We exhale, move them towards the left. Good, just swaying them side to side. We're moving with the breath as we work back to center to the other side. Working to center, and then the left once more. Good, we come to center here. Let's have the knees touching. Lengthen through the arms. Take a big inhale for the spine belong. And as we exhale, have our arms by our side. We're going to heel toe the feet in here. We're going to draw the knees in towards the chest. Take hold of the shins. You feel the shoulders and the base of the spine still connected to the earth here. Work through the hip flexors as you start to draw the knees in. And we're going to open the knees nice and wide. And on the exhale, you extend those arms. You allow the knees to hang heavy here. You feel an opening in the hips. And once again, we rock gently side to side. Just little movements here. Just move to what feels good in the body. So massaging out any tension here in the lower spine. We come to center. We open up that bit wider. And we start to draw the knees in. Arms overhead. Take a big breath. Extend through the spine. And you're going to roll to the right, left hand comes down. So we're in a recovery type of position here. And using your left hand, we're going to push up. And we're going to meet in an easy seat. Okay, crossing those legs over. If you need to, you can take a block or a book, something that will give you an extra lift if you find it uncomfortable to place under your seat here. We have our palms down laps. Let's have our thumbs touching here. Feel that warmth, that connection. And we come back to the breath. On the next inhale, you feel your spine be long. The shoulders are down. Our chin is lifted, it's parallel to the floor. And we have an opening in our hips here. With a soft gaze, we're going to sweep the left arm up overhead. And we're going to draw that hand down towards the earth. We're going to bend that elbow and sweep the right arm up towards the sky as we work into our side body stretch. We're working on keeping that right knee heavy here. Our gaze is up. We're opening through the chest. We're going to inhale, extend through that top arm. And on the exhale, sink that bit deeper. On the next inhale, you work to center. And we sweep the right hand down, bending that elbow, drawing that left arm up overhead. On the inhale, we extend. Maybe we lower that bit more with the exhale. We come to center here. We're going to take a few shoulder rolls. Finding space, making sure we're really drawing them down here, feeling that release. And let's move in the other direction as well. Take a big breath in for the shoulders draw up. Exhale, shrug them down. Let's hold. Let's keep drawing them down here. Okay, we're going to draw the hands forwards. We're going to work into our tabletop. So towards the center of the mat, the wrists are under the shoulders here, knees under the hips, so spreading the fingers. Go pressing the palms into the earth. We're going to work through our cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and tailbone. And exhale, push away. You're going to round through here, make a nice curve in the spine. And then we flow with the breath, drawing the head and tailbone up. And release. Taking 2 more rounds here, moving with that breath. We have a neutral spine. We're going to thread the needle. You're going to draw the left arm up overhead, opening here, and then thread it through the gap on the right. You're coming onto the left shoulder. We're going to extend that right arm forwards, and you're going to draw the weight to the left here. We're feeling a stretch in the shoulder blades. Try and keep the hips square, so towards the center of the mat. We're working with the breath. We're going to draw that right hand in. We're going to press away from the earth. Sweep the left arm up. The arm comes behind you. And start to work it forwards. Tabletop. Take a cat-cow. Neutral spine. Sweeping that right arm up overhead. Threading it through on the left. Come onto the right shoulder here. Extend that left arm forwards and weight to the right. Left hand comes in, press away from the earth, sweeping that right arm up here. It draws behind and you come forwards. We're going to bend the elbows, we're going to lower the chest to keep the hips high. So drawing down here. We're going to extend through the body and draw up for baby cobra. Just a small lift of the chest, shoulders back. Exhale, release. Hands wide. You're going to come onto the fingertips here. We're going to start to lift the chest. You're going to draw that left shoulder in, right shoulder out, looking over the right shoulder. You come to center and the other side. We draw ourselves to center, the hands come in by our shoulders, the arms are tight to the body, we lower the chest and we rise for cobra. A bigger lift here, working out of the hands. There's no pressure in the base of the spine, we're lifting with the chest. Exhale, melt the heart. Taking one more here, inhale, we rise. And on the exhale, you're going to lift the hips, going to send it back to extended child's pose, seat towards the heels. And if we can, the forehead comes down towards the earth. We're melting the heart. going to flow through that one more time. So inhale, round forwards here. You come into your tabletop, lengthen through the spine. Bend the elbows, melt the chest. Inhale, rise cobra. Exhale, extend the child's pose. You start to come forwards to your tabletop here. We're going to tap the toes under, we're going to lift the shins and send the weight back for our first downward dog. So we're making an upside down V shape here. Our gaze is at our knees. We're sending the weight out of the palms. If the heels aren't down, that's fine. If we find that we're compromising too much, we can bend the knees and we get that long spine first. That's more important. Good, our breath is long. We're going to draw forwards to plank. Have our knees down, release the feet, melt the heart. Inhale, rise, cobra. On the exhale here, we draw the hips back, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. We're going to start to look forwards towards the hands, and we're going to walk the feet to the hands here at the top of the mat and fold. If you need to, have a bend in the knees here. Gaze at the knees, relaxing that neck, tucking that chin in. We're going to halfway lift, have the hands on the shins, draw the shoulders back. And exhale, release. We're going to take hold of either elbow here, coming to ragdoll arms. You're going to apply a bit of pressure on the inside of the elbows and start to sway side to side. We come to center. Can you fold that bit deeper? And then release the arms. Hands on the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, release. We're going to bend the knees for the chest on the thighs and slowly roll up to standing. Head and shoulders up last. You're going to roll the shoulders back, palms facing forwards. And release. Nice. So towards the top of our mat, we have room to step back. Feet are under our hips, our toes are forwards. I'm going to find some length in the body now. Inhale, we're sweeping the arms up overhead. We're going to lift with the chest. We're finding a mini back bend. On the next exhale, you're going to hinge from the hips. We're going to fold. Halfway lift. And release. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to step back nice and long with that right foot. Right knee draws down. We release the foot and rise for our low lunge. So we want that front knee in line with the ankle here. We're going to lift the chest, coming into a back bend, gaze is up. Keeping that balance here. On the next exhale, sweep the arms behind and then come forward to frame that front foot. The right toes tuck under. We lift and we step into downward facing dog. Forwards to plank. And knees down here, let's melt the chest. Rising for cobra. Coming back to downward facing dog, tucking the toes under, drawing back. We're going to step that right foot forwards here. It might help if you come onto your right fingertips and you sweep that foot around to make space for yourself. So you're sweeping it round through the right here. And we can see our knees in line with our ankle. On our fingertips, we're looking forwards. Lengthening through. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bend that left knee. We're going to fold forwards here. Halfway lift. And release. We're going to bend the knees, chest on the thighs. We're going to rise with a flat back this time. Sweep the arms behind you and start to lift. Arms overhead. We're going to come to the other side now. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And release. Bend the knees, step back with that left foot nice and long. Left knee draws down, release the back foot, and we rise, low lunge. Palms are facing in. We're pressing out of the earth here with that right foot. We're feeling that lift. Coming into a back bend, lift that chest, gazes up. The breath is long, it's serving us here in our practice. And on the next exhale, release the arms back, come forwards to frame. Left toes tuck under, lift the back leg, and step into downward facing dog. Forwards to plank. And knees down, lower that chest. Exploring that flexibility in the spine as we rise for cobra. And on the exhale, extended child's pose, seek towards the heels. Big breath in before we lower, and on the exhale and melt down. On the next inhale, you're going to round forwards here. Lengthen through for tabletop. And tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Feel the hips scooping up here, making sure our gaze is at our knees. We're looking forwards. We're going to step or hop the feet towards the hands and fold. Taking our halfway lift. And exhale, release. Bend the knees, chest and the thighs, sweep the arms back and forward as we rise here. We're going to release a mountain pose, arms by our side, palms are forwards. We're extending through those fingertips. We feel our arms are long here. Feel as if someone's pulling at the fingers here, really drawing them down, feeling those shoulders soften. Checking in with our alignment. We're going to sweep the arms up overhead. On the exhale, begin to hinge and fold. Halfway lift. And release. Bend the knees, we're going to step back to plank. We can flow through with our knees down, lowering the chest, or maybe try chaturanga, shifting the weight forwards and we're lowering here. Cobra, or we're lifting the thighs off the earth, upward facing dog. You can play around here. And on the exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to sweep that right leg towards the sky. You're going to point the toes here. Three-legged dog. We keep the weight even out the hands. Gaze at the knees. We keep lifting, playing around here. That back leg is straight. And stepping that foot forwards in between the hands. Big step. Feel the length. Keep drawing that left heel back here. And then bend that left knee, step forwards to fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, we're stepping back to plank. Good, knees down or chaturanga here, playing around whatever feels good. Downward facing dog. Sweeping the left leg up towards the sky, you're pointing the toes. And we're stepping that foot forwards. You're on the fingertips. And we're stepping forwards to fold. Halfway lift. And release. Rolling up to standing, bending those knees, drawing up nice and slow. You're coming to a balance now. Feet are under the hips, toes are forwards. We're going to come into our tree pose. We're going to turn that left knee out here. And we can place the foot on the ankle, that's fine. We're more focused on the hip drawing out. If we want to work a bit harder, we have that foot below the knee, above the knee, or maybe all the way to the inner groin here. We have our hands to chest center. I'm already falling out of balance. I'll have it low. Good, hands to chest center, that knee's drawing out. Notice the little wobbles in the foot here. It's working hard to keep you stable. Find a point to fix your focus. The breath is steady, it will help us in our balance. And let's have that knee drawing out that bit more. We're going to release the balance, place that left foot down. We're going to bend the knees and come into our chair, extending the arms, weight into the heels. Can you come a bit lower? I'm going to inhale, rise, find that back bend, lift the chest. And exhale, mountain pose. Other side. Taking that right foot out. Let's try and mirror the previous side here. Hands to chest center. And find that point to fix our gaze. Our breath is steady. You may notice you have one side better with the balances than the other. Come back to that knee. Can we open it that bit more? And start to step that foot out. We're going to come into our chair here. Extend the arms. They're in line with the ears. And we sit a bit deeper. Our spine is long. Good. On the next exhale, we're going to fold. Going to start to walk the hands round towards the right, to center, and then left. We're going to bend the knees here. I'm going to start to come to sit onto our seat here. Nice and gently make your way towards the center of the mat. We're going to extend the legs. We're coming into Dandasana. It might help if you move the fleshy parts away from you here. Our hands are by our side. We're pressing out of the earth. The toes are pointed towards us. The feet are flexed. Already like this, my core's starting to activate to keep me lifted. Notice it a bit more if you draw the hands to the center. Okay, we're going to try and have the back of the legs pressing into the earth. If there's a little bend there, that's fine. We're going to hug that left knee in towards the chest here. We have a long spine, we feel the chest come to the thigh. And we're going to draw that foot over the right leg. Our right hand comes behind. This might be enough for us here. Otherwise we can work that left hand round to the right hip. We can draw a bit more. Just finding a gentle twist. And then coming to the big twist here, we start to sweep round towards the left. Left hand comes behind. We're going to bend that right elbow and draw across that left thigh. My foot stays flexed. I'm drawing out to my left fingertips. I inhale, I lengthen through the spine. And I exhale, twist. And keep drawing that shoulder around. Can I look further around here? And I start to come to center. I'm going to hug that knee in once more. And then releasing that left leg out. Dandasana, reset. And the other side, I'm drawing that right knee in here. My left hand comes round. I'm drawing that foot over the left leg. And I'm just going to draw gently around this left side here. And then starting to take the big twist as my left arm comes in front of my right leg, right hand behind, and drawing it out to the fingertips. My toes are pointed towards me. I'm taking my inhale to lengthen through and my exhale to twist here. Can you move around that bit more? I start to come to center, hugging in my knee towards my chest. Just give myself a little squeeze here, shoulders back, and releasing that right leg. I'm sweeping the arms up overhead, I'm lengthening through, I'm lifting out of the pelvic floor. On the exhale, I'm hinging from the hips. I'm going to begin to fold. I want to keep my spine as straight as I can, the shoulders back, allowing the hands to fall where they will. I'm keeping my chin tucked in, relaxing through the neck. I'm going to try and get my belly towards my thighs. I'm hinging from the hips instead of rounding forward through the shoulders. Pressing the back of the legs into the earth. Surrendering to my fold here. Continue to move with the breath. And I'm slowly going to draw up here back to my Dandasana, hands by the side. The feet start to come in, bending the knees, seat towards the heels. I'm slowly going to draw onto my spine here. I'm going to have my feet pressing together, the knees fallen wide. I'm going to sweep the arms overhead, take a big breath in. As you exhale, sweep the arms around you here, so the arms are by your side, palms are facing up. Let's lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, and feel the feet pressing together. Just feeling this final opening here in the body. Allowing the breath to move with ease, appreciating the space, the length and flexibility we've created in our practice today. Notice if there's a bit of resistance in the body. Try and breathe through it here on the exhale, softening through. Taking a few more breaths here. We're going to have our hands come to our thighs. We're going to draw the knees in. I'm going to hug the knees in towards the chest. Let's try and keep the shoulders and the base of the spine connected to the earth. We're going to open the arms wide into a T shape here and line the shoulders. We're going to allow the knees to fall to the left. The head turns to the right. If you want to work a tiny bit deeper, you take the left hand to the right thigh and you sweep it across that bit more. We're breathing through the side body here, feeling the ribs expand. And softening here, feeling that right shoulder draw down towards the earth. Going back to that twist. We start to come to center. And we're taking the other side. The knees fall to the right, the head turns to the left. Once again, you can take the variation to draw the right hand to the left thigh to draw across that bit more. Otherwise, we're breathing through the chest, the side body. And a soft exhale here. So we're starting to prepare for our relaxation. So we're allowing the breath to become that bit longer, steadier, and fuller so it can serve the body as best as we're able to today. We start to come to center. Arms by our side, palms facing up. Let's reset the chest here. Make sure the shoulders are back and down. Good, so for Shavasana, it might just be comfortable to stay like this, so we can take the variation with our knees pressing together, feet wider. Otherwise, we're going to extend the legs fully here. Come back to the breath. It's controlled. It's flowing through the body with ease. And we can appreciate the stillness here of the body, the mind, with the breath. That's all you need to focus on. Feeling the flow and relaxing here. I encourage you to stay here for a bit longer in your Shavasana with your breath. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.